I will continue full payment of workers' salaries, pensions if re-elected. Oyetola. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. The Osun State Governor Oyetola has said he would not relent on his promise of making payment of full salaries and pension to workers and retirees if re-elected. Oyetola said this during an engagement program with members of a triangular group of pensioners on Sunday in Osun. Represented by Special Advisor on Civic Engagement, Mr. Osun Oyetola, the governor said those who are spreading false information that he will stop payment of full salaries and pensions are enemies of progress, whose minds are not always with positive development. The governor, who said his priority is always to see the state workforce happy and productive, maintained that the era of half salaries is gone in the state. Oyetola also assured the pensioners in the state that nothing will stop the payment of their monthly pension, adding that their positive contribution to the development of the state would never be forgotten. The governor, who noted that his administration had not failed in the payment of a monthly stipend to the senior citizens since his session, said he will not stop putting smiles on their faces through prompt payment of their pension. Oyetola also urged the state workers to continue to support his administration and shun those who always want to turn the labor force against the government. The governor, who noted that payment of salaries is one of the core responsibilities of any reasonable government, said he will continue to prioritize the welfare of the workers and the citizenry as a whole. And with God's help, that will continue for as long as I remain the governor. I want to allay your fears over the insinuation that I will not continue with the regular payment of salaries and pensions if re-elected. Payment of workers has been a covenant I made with God, and nothing will stop me from fulfilling of the promises. Oyetola urged government workers in the state to ignore the falsehood being spread around by those he described as political jobbers, adding that he will never disappoint them. The governor, who commanded the workers for his supporting administration, urged them to show more of such support during the July 16th governorship election in the state. He said their votes for him will ensure continued and more delivery of good governance. In his remarks, Mr. Rotimi Adelugba, the chairman of the group, commended the governor for his usual prompt payment of pension and gratuity to retirees in the state. Adelugba said the exception of Oyetola's administration, pensioners in the state had been collecting full payment of their stipends as at when due. We made to commend the governor for this gesture. As the workers are being paid at the end of the month, pensioners are also receiving theirs immediately, he said. The governor must be commended because on a monthly basis he approved 508 million for the payment of pension and 200 million for the payment of gratuity. Out of 200 million for the payment of gratuity, 150 million goes for the pensioners under the contributory pension scheme, while 50 million is for pensioners under the old system, he said. Well, let me say this. Unfortunately, let me say this. It is only in a country where we have not even received average effort from our governors, as in they have not even scored average, they're still below. That is when people come out and use salary to campaign. Yes, I know that in some states things are not happening, that in they don't pay. Like in some states where they even want to come out to run for presidency, they pay 2.5 as monthly salary. And I'm saying the people where God will judge. Permit me to say this. You sure say God no go tell some people, make them go use their own fire, which touch their own head for hellfire. Because the kind of thing that people do, all in the name of their empire. Anyway, I'm just saying, it is only in Nigeria here that you're going to, or maybe in Africa here, that you're going to hear that things like this happen and the government pays and they're blowing trumpet about it. This is the job of the government. I mean, people work. When they're going to work, they're not announcing to the world and telling the world, I'm going to work. It is normal. Person will they even talking for Bible, say no food for lazy man. And they say person will work good job. So, the advertisement and this, him coming out to say, anyway, he said he's coming out to counter those that said he will not continue to pay them. Well, If Ondo people, is it Ondo people? If they come out to say this man has, or Osun people rather, if they come out to say this man has really done them well, apart from the payment of salaries, he have done them very well, fine. They should go ahead and revote him. I mean, payment of salary, we want people to understand it is the function of a government. Infrastructure development is the function of a government. What do I call it? Rehabilitation of some things, some sectors, health sector, hospitals, general hospitals, schools, is the function of a government. Forget, say everything with the pray to God here. As in, you go pray, you go hospital, you go pay, you go still pray. You go pay or you go still pray. And what you are praying for, unfortunately, is not something, I no blame person will be say if you go abroad, you go stop to dey ask God for this and that. You go dey thank God because you go come see say na suffer life you dey suffer since. Anyway, let's continue. This is a statutory responsibility of the government. It is laughable when used as campaign promises. It only showed that some of its governors who parade themselves as emperors do not know the difference between campaign promises and statutory responsibilities. Help me tell them, sir. How can one be complaining about building roads, providing water, health, campaign salaries, simple basic amenities as campaign promises? Chai. And cycle funds will be churning them up. In Senate climes, refusal to pay exemption on salaries is outright impeachment offense. Help me and tell those people. Help me tell them, sir. Yes, unfortunately, we have been so used to so low or so substandard governance from these people. Whenever they do it, they cheer them. What are you cheering them on for? What exactly are you cheering them on for? I'm telling you, someone will come out and me say, I'll pay WAEC fees, and I'm saying, wow. For somebody who has been in that position, like he has been there, for somebody who has tasted power before, a former governor of a state will come out and say he's going to pay WAEC